All right, got a little bit of a mixed video today. I'm going to show you how to use monster debuff general and gear to your advantage to help you kill monsters that you really need to, and just how to place higher in the events with some of these monsters. I usually don't care too much about monsters. I know a lot of people play just to kill monsters. I'm never going to be top dog, so I don't work on that stuff too much, but it sure is fun. But there are events where you really need those points. So we're going to talk about those monsters real quick and some things that you probably haven't considered. I got some new stuff on that. It's not going to be anything basic, so you know all that basic stuff. We're going to go over something a little more advanced with the monster debuffing. I'm going to show you an example of advanced refining just because I have to do a piece. So I'll try to make that quick and painless for anybody that needs to see how that's done. I'm going to open some general tokens. I've been saving my general tokens, and I'll explain that, and we'll go ahead and open a few, and I'll show you what I'm trying to get there. I'm going to put my pen down so you don't have to hear that clicking the entire time. There were some comments I wanted to go over, but I'm also going to show you some other... I bought a pack, and I'm going to show you what I'm targeting with this pack and some surprises that I got from the events, that the new ones that came out. I'm not going to be the guy to go learn all these events for you and explain them to you because I'm not good at all that stuff and all that focus and rating. You can go watch Genghis or somebody else who actually dives into it a little deeper. So let's get started. Monster debuffing. So I watched a Genghis video. I think it was 2 years old. I know some of you really don't like Genghis. He holds my attention. That doesn't bother me. I didn't get in a whole thing where he talked crap about the pink gems people, how good they had it and how little they lost. And there's a lot of butt hurt going on there. Some really good players quit, and he said, you're being babies, and I don't care. So I watch both sides of it. I just want to learn. I don't get into politics. So anyways, Genghis had a video on these monster debuff generals, and they're kind of worthless until you learn how to use them. So I played around with using these in a few different ways. Some had great success. Some had baffling no success. So let's just look at these generals real quickly. And so I'm not talking about Athelflaed. She's not a debuff general. She's just a monster general. She has attack, which is good. I am talking about Hernando Cortez. You have to pronounce it like that, or he won't come up in a tavern. He's purple, so he comes up really easily as long as you pronounce it correctly. What his card is 5% monster attack debuff. Really don't care about his troop attack by 10%. It's just that -5 monster attack. Okay. The other one. Here we got Sonata. He's got 5% defense debuff. Really insignificant stats as far as only 5%, and there's a reason for that. In my mind, it actually adds up quite quickly. So we talked about these two generals. You really don't need to have these generals if you're married to somebody else. It helps more to have the gear sets on them. If you look at this general, I have kind of a mixed yellow and red gear. The yellow are the general's gear. There's only 3 options, okay? For the general's gear set, there's only 3 pieces you can build. Maybe a 4th, but I think it's only 3. The ring would be the other one. So if you have... Well, there must be 4 because there's a 4 set. So I'm not sure what the 4th one is. You're going to have to look on your own. Or maybe I'll expose it by accident during this video. So when you have 2 of these pieces, you get monster attack -5. That's another 5%. Okay. The other gear set on here is the dragon. You can use the fearless or the courageous. But if you look down below, right in the middle, monster attack and defense -10. So if you use the correct general, you can get, not with this general, the other general, you can get 10, 15, 20% monster attack debuff, and I think only 10% defense debuff. The other one would be like 15 and 15, I think it comes out to being, as far as attack and defense, because of their skill card here. Their one is attack, one is defense. So hopefully that makes sense. But you really want this gear set. Now, I would say I have this general wrong because I have this ring on here. Oh, nope, I have this one right. Okay. You want the Courageous Dragon ring, because if you look at the second item down there, it's double items drop rate from monsters. So the odds of me getting double chest are 28% higher just because of that ring. So a wrong example of a general would be this guy. I have this ring, and the drop rate is only 16%. So a little tidbit there. Everything else, it doesn't matter what they are, because you're just buffing. In my instance, if I join with a rally, I'm sending one troop. I'm buffing that attack of that one troop, but my monster attack debuff applies to my big rally leader's stats, and it can make a big difference. Now, I've tried this on the world boss. I saw no results. If I joined with my debuff generals, absolutely no difference between with and without the debuff generals. I probably should do more experiments. I don't know why that didn't work. But go to some of my reports here. Sorry, I should have had this ready. I'm going to take you down to an experiment and show you how it worked out. So if you recall the event yesterday, it had the Desert Thief, I think they're called. They pop up, and you get a chest, and then randomly they pop up, and then you score with the more kills you have. So if you look here, I got 2 level 10s. The first one, I sent a normal march with all my sub-city troops. You can see on below, my sub power was 37.5 million, right? But I had all my normal Achaemenid geared sub-generals for the first attack, and it's a solo. So what I did after that is I took off 3 of my sub-generals, and I put on these debuff generals in my sub-cities. Not one of my joining. You can see I used, Polygenus, however you say his name, and Custer. I put them in my sub-cities. So, obviously, it's not going to help you to put them in your sub-cities when you're leading a big rally. But if your joiners join with one troop and put them in there, it's very similar to having them in your sub-cities. You're not going to want to lead with these things, not in my opinion. So the second time, you can already see on the screen, I lost 6 million power on the first battle. On the second battle, I put 3 of them in, only 3 of them. And I smoked this guy quite by a large difference. I mean, you can see I saved 66% damage. But what somebody else noticed, hat tipped and night ghoul, if you look up on the top right above where it says excellent, you will see I scored 2.3 million points for killing this level 10. The other one where I took the damage, the 6 million damage, the second one down, it must score on the amount of damage you receive, because I got half, 1.2. A little more than half, but you can see by killing it and taking less damage, you get more points. That's rather exciting to me. So the other thing you can do, and I'm just a K34, like I keep telling you, I have T13 mounted troops, and I'm still able to kill a level 10. Obviously, the debuff generals in your sub-city will help out a lot, but don't forget you can use the mushrooms. I did not use the mushrooms. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here. City buffs all the way down. These mushroom boosts, you can use these to debuff a monster for 10 minutes. So what I do is I pop all my chests, and then I scout them all, and I try to get all my monsters out, and then I kill the big ones in that 10-minute period. I have my mushrooms running, even though I didn't do it this event. That's what I did last time, and I will do it from now on, knowing that my point total is reflected by how much damage I take while killing those top ones. I have not figured out how to take top 5 in that event. It seems like there's a lot of luck other than the amount of damage you take on the final level 10 monsters, but it just seems to me who spawns the most monsters or who buys more maps to open. And the rewards really aren't that great to place first. I would not spend on that. Okay, so I'm going to go jump into a piece of advanced refining. I tried to explain it, but I'll just show you. This is my monster attack general. He starred once. He's also my PvP. So I did put 2 pieces of Civ gear on here. They get me a 12% attack for the set bonus. All of them have set bonuses, right? So I get 15 there, and I get another 10 there. So what is that? 32% attacking just from my set bonuses. But this piece here I do have unlocked for advanced refining. You can see he's level 15 if you read down below the refines. But this piece I do not have on. Ooh, good thing we looked. This is not the general I need to be working on. I have both of his pieces open. I'm glad I didn't screw up his refines. This is my new general, Edward Teach. I picked him because I could get him through a few things easier than some of the other ones. I want to be able to advance the generals that I'm spending on. He is brand new to me, so my refines aren't that great. I like that I don't have to put a dragon on him. I can put a spiritual beast. I only have 4 dragons. One's on my wall, and then the other 3 are for my other guys. But his skill book, there are a few out there that I think are 35, maybe 40% siege attack, but they don't work when they're qualified stats. So this guy is when general is leading the army. If he would say when attacking or when general is leading the army to attack, I could not reinforce with him. So I'm just going to build this guy up because I can reinforce with him. And I know I can get copies in the General's Tokens, General's Invitation event. At least I know I can get some more copies. And I have, it says I have only 2 copies, but I know I got at least a 3rd copy sitting in my inventory. Let's see here. I got 2 more copies sitting here, and every time they keep him in the General's Tokens, I will try to get another copy of him. So that's why I chose him. It may be better just to go in and get somebody out of the tavern that you know you can get 15 copies of. That might be wiser. But let's go back to him. Let's do the gear piece without getting off on any more tangents here. So we're going to view, refine. So I have 2 yellows locked in. I don't care what the yellows are. I'm just trying to qualify him for advanced refining. I did get a bunch of refining stones today. I'll show you how I got that too. I am starved of refining stones, and I'm saying a month ago I had like 700,000 of them, and the advanced refining just chewed through them. So I'm definitely trying to look for everything I can. I could be going slower, but it doesn't matter if it's not yellow. It just doesn't matter. Now the siege machine attack flat, I want flats for my siege general because I plan on just hitting with T11, because if you remember, their range is the same as up to T15. So for the power exchange, I'm just going to do flats. I'm not even going to try any percentages, just like a wall general, so to speak. So where I was going with that is you might not want to save your first gold refined until you get a stat that you can keep later, because I'm going to have to erase these and start over, but I can keep that one. So it's cheaper to refine. No gems are needed on your first one, obviously, so you might as well make sure that first one is something you want. But then after that, just keep spinning. I suppose I should keep my siege machine attack ones there. Mounted troop load. Crappy refine. It's all I need. There. Mounted troop attack. I wish that was on my wall. Now I opened up advanced refining. Okay. So here we are in advanced refining. And here's the gear piece. You can see all I need is 50 refining stones per spin. But you get 50 spins a day. So it adds up quickly. At least get to the first refine. Did you see how it jumped there? If you watch the button on the bottom, sometimes you get ×2. Often you get ×5, ×10. But once you get past level 1, the refines drop down significantly to 0.5%. So I'm not even refining my gear anymore. It is a refining event, so I'm more apt to do it. But during the event, I definitely won't do it outside. Do you want to see my other gear while I was there? I don't know if it really pays. Advanced refining. So my wall general would be the 2 Augusta pieces and the choreo set. Those I took about 30. You can see some are at 28, 29. So here's what a 30 piece looks like. 17% attack, all troop attack. That's pretty cool for a piece. I'm fine leaving it there for a while. So let's go back. Now I can go do some real refining on this piece. Where are ya? Here it is. So if I now refine, I'm only going to keep the siege attack, and it will still qualify as an advanced refining piece. So I'm not going to sit here and make you guys see. Now I'm going to keep that crappy machine attack on the bottom, not keep it, but I'm going to let it stand for now in case I need to use it tomorrow in BOC. But I would prefer that white over those gold that I just erased. I'll try to do a couple more and just see if I can get lucky while you guys are watching. But this is not great video. We'll just there. That's okay. I'm fine with that for today. We're not ready to be smacking people with siege yet. I am in above 1100 in my server number, so we aren't end game, so to speak. I'll get hit with siege, but it's usually in BOC or BOG or a K40 in SVS. I've barely gotten hit with T15 yet, so I should put that disclaimer out there before you totally copy my build. So, all right, we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to show you that event, the general tokens, general portrait exhibition. So I did purchase this pack here today. I sold it. Well, I probably shouldn't say what I sold, but I got some money. So I threw it at that. I used my triple down package, and I'm assuming that's where I got tokens for this the wishing well, and I selected stuff that I want. In my first 2 spins, I got them. So you must get, I'm assuming if you get 6-7 tokens, you will get everything you selected in this event. So I got 20,000 refining stone and 400 blood of errors, and I wasn't even expecting it. So let's see if this token is in that pack. I assume that's where I got it from. I haven't purchased anything else in a while. So if we go to that pack, oh, you know what? I bet it was from, I bet I got those just for buying anything. If you buy anything, I think you get it from, it wasn't the King's Party, but you guys probably know better than me now. I didn't look around. It wasn't Gem's Purchase. I don't know. There's whatever you get for the daily purchase event. What would that be under? I know this is good video. Does anybody do those anymore? Limited promotion? So I bet it was in this thing here. I don't know where I got them from. But they gave them to me. Unless you get 2 free spins, I can't imagine they would give me 400 blood of errors and 20,000 refining stones. It must have been for purchasing. Yeah, this is good video. I know. I really know what I'm talking about, huh? Let's go back to that event and just see. It just gave it to me for purchasing gems. So it looks like I would need to buy. Yeah, they have it favored pretty good. I would have to spend another $120 or something to get 2 more tokens to have one of these 2. Obviously, I'd like that for SVS. I don't really need res at this point. 100 ruby necklaces I could use. I really need these things. I have one piece that I'm trying to finish up, and these things actually add up to, I mean, 400 won't get you very far, but I try to get as many as I can. All right, let's get back to the topic. I'm going to go ahead and open. What I'm trying to do is I have 3 generals I need for General Hall. Eventually, let's look at the timer. I have 26 days left before I'm K35. So I only have 2 2VSs to bait as a 34, but I'm really looking forward to this General's Hall because these actually add up to some pretty good stats. I've got all the generals except... Now, these don't give you that much stat. Like, if it would show me, it would just get random crap. But then it opens up your I don't know, trophies or wonders or whatever those things are. Those are where the stats are at. So the 2 generals that I need are Flavius and... Where's Flavius? Am I blind? It's pretty easy to see with that big flare. Is he on the next page? I do not have the guy with the ship. I don't have this guy, I don't think. But, where's Flavius? Is he on the first page? No. You guys probably saw him and I skipped right over. Oh, he's right there. So I need Flavius and this guy. So I actually use my General Hall tick tokens to try to land that. I thought it would be fun for you guys to see. He is in the second one down, so I scroll up to keep myself from hitting the other one. General Hall 2, is that what we're in? General Hall. Did they move it from last week? He's in the first one, which is the Trojan Horse. Okay, so I need him, and I don't think the other guy's in this pack. That's who I need, right? That's what I said? Okay, so I have 6.25% chance, well, 12.5% chance of getting one that I need. So that's why I'm picking this one. I'm only going to do, I guess I'll do 2. That way, if I get both of my guys, then I don't waste it on a third one. So the other thing I'm doing here is I'm hoarding these. I had 12 this morning and I started opening them, and then I realized I should wait and let you guys watch me open those. So the reason why I'm saving these, and I had 12 this morning, is because I didn't need the last guy. I got him once. I don't need any copies. He's trash to me. This current guy, this is the new guy that came up this morning. I might be able to use him as an assistant. I'm not going to get 15 copies of him, so I'm not even going to play around with the idea of him being my general. If I can put an attack card on him and put him as an assistant, I'll do that. Depending if I haven't done any specialties on my ground general, which I may have already. My assistant ground general. So my point is, I'm going to open those until I get 1 copy, and then I'm going to wait. And I'm just begging that they're going to put a really good sub-general. Duty officers don't excite me that much because I can't ascend them either. I'd rather use somebody from the tavern that I can fully ascend. So if I can get a defensive general, I'm just going to save those, and hopefully they're going to have a really good sub-general in there at some point. So, all right. This is going to be a much longer video. I don't need him. He's fully ascended already. He's trash to me. So I just wasted a pick there. Why is somebody in a general even in these damn things anyways? I don't know. And Rollin, he's in both of these clowns are in the tavern. So I'm gonna go ahead and, after bitching about it, I'm gonna go ahead and try again. The Trojan, I'm always paranoid I'm gonna open the wrong one. I double check. Trojan, Flavius, here we come. And Flavius is not a good general. I just need him to unlock that in my 26-day adventure here when I get to be K35. Oh, I'll take that. He ain't bad. I don't know that he helps me yet, but he's a good general for a ground attack. There was a time when I was really focusing on ground attack which kind of leads me to one of the comments in one of the videos, and it's kind of important. I should show you real quickly. We were looking at sub-general gear. We'll just look at that guy. Where is he here? Oh, I should go to subsidies. I have him 1-starred already, so the odds of, I don't have any fragments of him, so that pulling that one doesn't help me until later on. But looking at this ring, on my other generals, I had this ring. I had the ground and mounted HP, so I'm getting 80% HP debuff for every ring. Somebody said in the comments that the ring is the way to go because you get 40% range attack, and he's not wrong. I was paranoid. I was getting hammered by ground and mounted for a while. I do not get hurt that bad by range attack debuff, but I don't have his name here, but he was right. I mean, on this piece here, you're getting 40% range attack, especially early on. That's what they're going to hit you with, especially if you're not ghosting your mounted. So you may want to use this ring instead. So you just got to know what you're getting hit with. Some people just try to be jack of all trades like me, but a lot of people just say, hey, I'm just going to all range debuff, and if they hit me with something else, I'm going to lose. And they're thinking like Battlefield, right? And the first thing to get hit with is usually range, because people build up their range generals first to kill other people's mounted. So you may consider, I've only got 2 of those rings on right now. The rest are all the mounted troop HP, because if you think about the battle mechanics, you're trying to use your wall, your troop wall, which to me is ground and mounted troops. You want them to last as long as possible. When they attack you, they want their ground and mounted to last as long as possible, so their range and siege can kill your troops. So you just got to choose for yourself what you want as far as what you're buffing and debuffing. Me, I just take as many percentages I can everywhere I can. Okay, so we're done opening tokens. I got 1 usable, but semi-usable guy out of those 3. Let's go ahead and open these other things. I'm going to stop as soon as I get to the new general. You know what? I use Elsie. I've had so many copies of Scipio that I ain't going to be too upset about that. I felt like I was going to use him at one point. I mean, if you... where's my Scipio here? There, I've got 6 copies there, and I know I got a bunch of fragments already down here, but I'm not going to make you watch that. Elsie, I only need like a copy or 2 left. I should be able to get her in the Trial of Knights event, and I should be done with my copies of Elsie. Even though I don't ascend her, I will have enough copies to ascend her someday when I get all my defensive stuff done. All right, we're just going to keep going until we get the new guy. That's awesome. I really like her a lot. Not. Let me think here. I've toyed around with ascending her because her stats aren't horrible, and it would be fun to keep her as my wall general just to get people to hit me. But obviously not who I'm looking for. All right, I got the new guy. I'm going to stop. But let me show you how once I get a new general, even if somebody's been around, the first thing I do to see if they're worth anything is, this is a ground attack. Let's take a look. Army to attack. So this guy works everywhere. He is non-qualified. Oh no, to attack. He will not work when you're reinforcing. But what I will do is I will throw a ground attack card on this guy, and if he doesn't take it, he's complete junk to me. So mounted troop speed, ground troop attack. Okay, so he takes an attack card. Now what that tells me is, if I'm going to use him, I'm not going to use him as a lead general because I use Elsie. Let's put Elsie on here. Elsie's only 1 star. You see how defensive orientated I am? These are my duty officers. Oh, I can't even show you my duty officers from that screen. My duty officers, most of them are fully ascended, or half of them are. And then my attack office generals are trash. Let's go ahead and put this new guy on here. Let's see if they work together. Nope. This guy's dead to me. I'm already married to Elsie for more than just looks. The Dragon Song. So they overlap. These two won't work. Who I do use is, don't ask me why the wordings are so sensitive, because this guy works, right? And I think he's 40%. So I can stack 35%. 35% ground attack. And I get a little bit of HP. But you notice when I use these two, I still get to use an attack skill book. Very important. So if I picked a different assistant, you can't use that attack skill book. That's a lot. So I always make sure a general will take that attack skill book, and the assistant doesn't override it either. So you can see all these skill books are working on these guys. So that's what I look for when I get a new general. So this other guy, I might keep around just so I can stare at him a little bit, but I'm gonna disassemble him. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. I need the general space, but this allows me to stop opening those hero cards. So what did I want to talk to you about next? I think we covered everything. That should do it. There's a couple things I want to do in my next videos. I was going to ascend some generals this weekend, but I don't know if I'm going to make a video doing that. I was going to show you some duty officers, but I found out that I'm missing some copies from the tavern. I was not happy, so I got to go scavenging for more of those. So I guess this is where we're going to cut it off. Please keep the comments coming. It's funny. Some of you guys are really nice. Some of you are trying to show how smart you are, which, fine. I'm an idiot. Please comment in there and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Some of you say the same thing I think I'm trying to tell you. Like, you're wrong. You need to debuff this. And it's like, well, I'm scared that you said that, because that's what I tried to tell you in the video, and you're kind of telling me the same thing I thought I was saying. So keep the comments coming. Let me know what's working for you, what's not working for you, if you're learning anything, if you're not. It helps me steer in the right direction. So, all right, have a good SBS.